Hello everyone, good afternoon. I hope everyone is having a fantastic Friday. I am trying something new today where we have background music that is not the in-game music, but it is actually some open use music located on YouTube. This one is called Poke and Chill, and the creator is called Game Chops. So there's just a few different, these are mostly just video game remixes, so I thought it might be nice to switch it up from the typical beeps and boops, which are Gen 1, to something that has a little bit more of a non-beep and boop feel to it. So please do let me know if it's too quiet or too loud or anything like that. Otherwise, I am just gonna go ahead and we can just go ahead and get started with this part of our run. So, welcome to anybody who's new. The goal of this run is we are playing as our own rival. So every battle with the rival is a mirror match. We have exactly the team he has. And the screen is very small right now. Let me fix that for you guys. Just a moment. All right, that's now it's the size it should be again. Let me just also test one thing real quick. Just gonna send a text. I'm just putting that in there so I can double check and make sure the chat is visible, since I know that in previous times we had some issues with our chat, but it looks fine right now. So that's great. Yeah, so we are the rival. We are Blue. Some people know him as Gary Oak. In Japan, I guess he's known as Green, which is kind of a fun fact. We call him Blue, they call him Green. But you know, that guy, right there, that one. We are him, and he is us. Every battle with him is going to be a mirror match, which means that we will use his exact team. In between battles with the rival, we will just keep using the same team and just be careful to not over level, which almost became an issue earlier on. And now we're kind of smoother part of the run where we're not as worried about over leveling, because now we're kind of under leveled compared to the rival. However, there was a point at one point where we just barely, in between Cerulean City and the SSN, we just barely made it to the next battle at the levels that the rival was at. So that's kind of interesting. He didn't really, he didn't do too much in between those two battles, and then you get back to the rest of the game and he starts doing a lot of extra grinding outside of battle. I think it sounds a little bit quiet, the music. I'm gonna turn it up a teeny tiny bit. Oh, this is kind of nice. This song is a remix of a song from Pokemon Sun and Moon. I think that game had I didn't care for it as much as some of the newer games, but I did like just kind of the atmosphere was really cool. I'm also just gonna double check what we have for team. Yeah, we're pretty far off from the next team. So the next battle we are going to have with ourselves is the one in the Silph Company, sometimes referred to as Rival Fival. It's actually the 6th rival battle because we did the optional battle, but that is going to be our next team. So we have yeah, I guess we pretty much have the right Pokemon. We just need to do a bit of leveling, and let's just go start doing that. Another curious thing is that Gary actually has an Alakazam, so we have to think about how we are going to trade our Kadabra back and forth, because that is how you evolve Kadabra normally. But for now, let's just destroy everything with Gyarados. Last session we had we discovered about how many different ways that Gary Oak cheats. One of the such ways is when he gets his Gyarados, it already knows quite a few moves that a Magikarp at level 22 would not know. So normal mortal human beings would get themselves a Magikarp and grind it up to level 20, at which point it would evolve into a Gyarados, and it would have, I believe, just the Bite and like Tackle and Splash. But why was Gary Oak? He has Hydro Pump, Dragon Rage, he has all sorts of moves, and the reason for that is he caught his Gyarados as a Gyarados. And the funny thing about that is that this is Pokemon Red Blue. There is no wild Gyarados in this universe. So we managed to find the only existing wild Gyarados in the universe. It was quite terrifying. It did not look like a normal Gyarados, but thankfully once we caught it, it was a normal Gyarados. And it was also quite hard to catch because the catch rate of Gyarados is quite low. And it was pretty early on in the game that we've got this level 22 Gyarados. But luckily for us, Blue is very popular with everyone, and the Pokemon staff actually give him Master Ball just for the heck of it. So we were able to get past that part. Hello, Stefari! Welcome! Thanks for joining. How's it going? I've just been kind of summarizing the previous session and all the different ways in which Gary cheats and how we've been learning about how to cheat. How we have walked around trees instead of, cutting them. That's good. Yeah, so that's the kind of the funny thing, right? We already kind of stepped over Snorlax, so we don't actually need the Pokeflute. It's more about the next... Well, that's a good question. I don't know what exactly triggers the Silph thing, right? Because it's not completing the game corner, because we can skip the game corner as we have done this time. But there is a thing where if you try too early to go there, there's like a guard that says you can't enter here. And then at some point the game triggers something and it'll be like, oh, the guard is asleep now, right? So I'm not exactly sure about what triggers that. It might be getting the flute. I mean, we've already, just stepped on top of the, we've already just stepped on top of Snorlax to get down to the Safari Zone to get our illegal execute, but it is the Pokeflute? Okay, cool. Oh, that must be frustrating. Yeah, it's kind of funny because they say like Team Rocket takes over the city, right? But he doesn't really take over the whole city. He takes over they take over the Silph Company, like the Mimic Girl's house for some reason, and then I guess the gym. Oh, we're asleep. Oops. Let's switch out anyways. We don't want Gyarados to get all the experience. There's also just the issue of two of us are asleep. That is cheat. Now the opponent is cheating. Don't you know that in competitive Gen 1, there's a rule against putting two of your opponents to sleep? This is not legal. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, right? Like you can use the Pokemon Center. I think the store is open too, right? And I think the second gym, like the knockoff gym, the fighting gym, is available, just not the actual like league authorized gym. Three of my guys are asleep right now. This is ridiculously unreasonable. Oh geez. Okay. Well, it's your turn, Pidgeotto. Alright. Oops. Let's just do a nice little quick attack here. I am a little bit concerned about the Alakazam, but we can worry about that in a little bit. We still have some time. That's what I was saying. Don't they know about sleep clause? Because you're only allowed to put one to sleep at a time. That is the official rule. I mean, they are Team Rocket though, so to be fair, boy, it would be useful to have a Pokeflute right now. To be fair, Team Rocket cheating is not that surprising to me. Oh, of course, everything they do works, right? They confuse me. This is a very statistically unlikely turn of events. 3 of my Pokemon are asleep and 1 is confused. Now I know, I'm trying to remember how, I know that we have a way that we can evolve our Kadabra, but how did we do that? Well, I can't figure it out quickly on here, so I will have it hang out for a bit. Who is Gary even trading with? That's the question, right? So, there's definitely a way to make an alternate universe in which we can evolve by level, because as we also know, Gary has a Raticate that evolved at level 16 when real Raticates evolved at level 20 something. So such a thing is possible. I just, how did I do this? I mean, worst comes to worst, we just find ourselves a brand new Alakazam, but I feel kind of attached to our little Abracadabra buddy. I feel like it would be nice to keep using him. Here we go. Okay. So definitely we can do this. We might actually not even make it that far today though. This in general has been a much more slow-paced run than the solo Pokemon runs. It requires like a lot more being cautious, and just having a full team also means that it takes a little bit longer to set everybody up. But oops. Sorry about the delay there. Let's try to have somebody wake up. I mean, we're not supposed to use items in battle anyways, and why? Why does everyone get to get every status on us? Okay, at least Kadabra woke up. That's good. Good job, Kadabra. Very proud of you for, not sleeping all day. Don't hit yourself in confusion. Don't do it. Oh dear. Okay, he hit himself in confusion. That's fine. Kadabra, we're going through all this great effort to make sure that you can evolve, and, you repay us by this, but that's fine. That's cool. No worries about that, Kadabra. Come on. Wow, you really don't want to battle today. Alright, one last chance. Good job, Kadabra. That's definitely gonna knock him out. That's only a Zubat. Alright, we'll just let that download, and down goes a rocket. Whoops. Okay. Let's just restart if we're gonna have this problem with the, I don't know what was going on there. He just was very determined to bounce into a wall. Let's retry. Whoops. Oh geez. Just a moment. Having a technical difficulty. All right, we are back. Oh, welcome, Alex. How's it going? I have some great news about this music. It's not just the rehydrating music. This is actually the music. I decided to just start having some regular music in the background, especially like for Gen 1 runs, because their music is a little bit just low tech and repetitive, and I thought it might be nice to have just regular music. So yeah, this is actually, it is a Pokemon remixes. Let's see, what is this called? It is called Poke and Chill, and you can find it on YouTube. The person that made it is goes by Game Chops, I guess, person or group that made it. Yeah, so I've just been going through and finding like some really chill background music to have. I'm not sure if I do a run in a more modern game that has pretty good music just by default, I might just go back to the actual music. But I think that especially like for Gen 1, there's a lot of times where I mean, I don't know about you guys, but for me, like the beeping was getting a little bit repetitive, and like the low HP beeping is actively like painful. I have no idea how speedrunners do, because speedrunners do that thing where you know, they put the game in low, they put their Pokemon in low HP for as long as possible, because like it makes the text move faster or something. But that sound like drives me crazy. I have no idea how they made us to do that. Oh yeah, I know exactly what you mean. Like the music is it gets stuck in your head. I mean, this music may also get stuck in your head, but I think that like the ones I really like are the ones that have "and chill" in the name. There's a lot of stuff on YouTube actually, like Pokemon and chill, multiple playlists, and then there's also like Mario and chill, Zelda and chill. Like anything that has "and chill" at the end is usually pretty relaxing to listen to, I found. So yeah, we just had a little technical moment where I think we fixed this now. So when we get Kadabra to level 30, Kadabra should magically evolve, because this is the universe where Kadabra is not a trait evolution. How else did Gara get an Alakazam? Who would he have traded with? He just traded with, you know, his own spirit, I guess. Oh, you would hear it random places. Yeah, I mean, that's just one of many ways that Blue cheats. I mean, it's actually not as bad as some of the cheating, all things considered, because theoretically he could have somebody he had traded with and then traded back. I don't know who, because we don't really get in the game, we don't really get an option to trade back anything, but that's what he's got. So yeah, we have right now, this is a pretty good spot in the game. So right now we've got our Sylph Scope, which I guess allows us permission to go deal with the Sylph Company Rocket Takeover. Our next team there is going to be the one at the next rival battle is this team. So if we compare this team with what we have, he trades with his grandpa. Maybe that would make sense. I mean, there is a secret coded in, like a team for Professor Oak that's higher levels than the champion. We should, maybe at the end of this one, we should do that. We should like trigger that battle. It's I think it's kind of a shame that, because clearly they had this idea that it would be like a post-game, you know, you can defeat Professor Oak, because it was higher levels than the champion battle. But then there's just no way to access that normally in the game. But it's like coded into there, that team. Yeah, so I'm gonna see here. We have our Execute needs to get up to level 38. Wow, okay, yeah, so we got a ways to go with our Execute. And the entire moveset is different. I'm going to double check because I know at one point Execute, the rival just he cheats a lot, really. So let's see, at level 38, and our moveset should be Reflect, Poison Powder, Leech Seed, Stun Spore. Okay, so actually if we just keep the natural moves that this Execute will learn, that will be correct. Now the Pidgeotto becomes a level 37 Pidgeot. Let's just check and see, make sure we don't need to cheat to get these moves. Wing Attack, Sand Attack, Quick Attack, Whirlwind. Yeah, so that's another one where, okay, we just use the default moves. The only kind of unfortunate thing is that we have to keep Whirlwind. We have to, Blue just gives his Pokemon whatever moves they learn as they level up. Except when he cheats. But he's not smart enough to get rid of Whirlwind, which is completely useless. Now the Gyarados Leer, Dragon Rage, I think Gyarados just has this one moveset, and it's the same throughout the whole game. Leer, Dragon Rage by Idol. Yeah, it's pretty crazy that he has the Hydro Pump that early. Like, Gyarados is just, I guess, naturally have Hydro Pump. But, yeah, his Execute, and I guess it's not the next battle, but the next battle is where he actually teaches his Execute to use Growth, an illegal move that it cannot make use of. So that's what I was looking at. That's what I thought it was, but it's not for this next battle, it's for the one after that. It's just like he does all these, he cheats in so many ways that just makes it worse for him. That's what you get. That's the problem with cheating. Okay. So Alakazam, which will magically evolve, but we gotta check and see. Psybeam, Confusion, Disable, Recover. Let's make sure we can get these moves correctly. Psybeam, Confusion, Disable, Recover. So we have Confusion, Disable. We got Recover. Ooh, okay. And then Psybeam. Okay. Now let me... Okay. So that one's also okay. You just let him learn his moves naturally. And what else? The Charizard. The level 40 Charizard. Okay. Oops. So right now we've got Charmeleon. He knows, let's see this. Ember, Growl, Rage, Leer. He needs to know Slash, Ember, Leer, Rage. So Ember, Rage, and Leer are the same. He replaces the Growl with Slash. When are we gonna learn that? Are we gonna learn that at the right levels? Yeah, okay. I mean, I don't know why he chooses to use these particular moves, but they are all legal moves for before the next battle at least. So at least for the next battle we can, we don't have to worry about, magically appearing moves into existence. The best part about his Execute is still always that it evolves and it loses moves. His final Execute only has 3 moves. But the big thing, I guess, is that before we fight the 5th rival, we need to be a lot higher of a level. Kind of a crazy extent to which it needs to be a higher level. I'm using a second monitor. I'm just going to actually write this down on my second monitor so I don't I keep double checking, triple checking to make sure I'm not cheating in a way that was not approved already by the rival. So, Execute, level 38, Poison Powder, Leech Seed, and Stun Spore. Yeah, he doesn't have any attacks. Pidgeot, level 37. Wing Attack, Sand Attack, Quick Attack, Whirlwind. Gyarados, same moves, level 35. Alakazam, Psybeam, Confusion, Disable, Recover, level 35. And Charizard. Yeah, so these are, we can actually do quite a lot of things. The map really opens up at this part in the game. The big thing, I guess, is that we need to be, he levels quite a lot, actually. It's kind of funny how before the SS Anne battle, it was like, you know, I really hope I don't level up too much because then we will be higher level than him. Like, he must have literally just ran from point A to point B. And now, like, there's just a lot of, it's just going to be a lot of leveling up. This is odd. Okay. So I actually don't even, I don't know which one, I mean, let me check which badges we have. So we have the first three. We might as well go ahead and do Erica. We might even though we don't even need the Silph Scope, we might as well possibly go through the Rocket Game Corner. But let's see. Did we heal? We're healed. I also like that his Gyarados has Hydro Pump so early, but by the next battle we have a Charizard and it still only has Ember. That's just the best thing it had, I guess. Now we can... Oh, you know what? We're gonna get and do our favorite old tactic of walking around a tree rather than cutting it. There we go. Just normal strategies. Just normal daily, honestly, normal daily activities of walking around, to be serious. That is how normal people just, Ooh, is this a, it's like a remix of the, Lavender. Sounds kind of spooky. Alright. Hello, Jolteon. So, now that we've done our, classic tactic of walking around a tree, we can go ahead and let's just do something in here. What do we want to do here, actually? Why don't we just... The problem with the Execute not really being able to attack is that we probably were going to want to switch train it a lot. Hello, Chronicle Bells. Welcome. Good to hear from you. How's it going? I like the cat with the glasses. Wonder where my cat went. Usually he likes to show up by now. I was just wondering where he is. I mean, usually he would just show up, but I don't know where he went today. Hey buddy, Lucky! Sometimes he's, I can't really call him when I'd like to. It's more, he decides when he wants to hang out, but it'll happen sooner or later. He can't go more than like an hour or something without trying to get my attention. Oh, that's annoying, the rap. course, yeah. Anytime. Oops. I'm still stuck in the wrap. I'm just, looking for one more thing to look up. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, this is, it's an older game, so it's pretty, the graphics are not the best. But I mean, hey, it's one of the best-selling games of all time, so it's a classic. We are really getting destroyed by this little plant here, though. I'm just looking at one additional thing. Here we go, okay. Just one more element I need to add into this game before we can return to the alternate universe. We will do, we are having lots of fun. Sorry if I seem a little distracted, I had to reset the emulator, so some things I had to add back in. But yeah, now we're good. Now we get back to our regularly scheduled being wrapped to death by a Bellsprout. Oh gosh, this is a little bit embarrassing for Charmeleon. Now we know why the rival is so angry all the time. Come on, literally all we need is one. Alright, we're not going to get it. We're not going to get one chance to use Ember. Enough is enough, Bellsprout. I think that this is harder than solo runs. I thought solo runs are should be harder, but this actually, I thought this would be pretty easy because he has a full team and like, you know, they're balanced type-wise and all that, but it's actually kind of hard because, well, right now we're just getting destroyed. Like, this is embarrassing. Like, half of our team is strong against this Bellsprout and we can't just like, oh my goodness, I swear if we don't, we're gonna like get destroyed by a Bellsprout. This is why we can't have nice things. What is happening here? Bellsprouts. Come on. Good, good, okay. I should also make sure. Okay, there's also due to be another music happening after this one. This is a compilation. It's about an hour long of several different songs, but maybe not quite an hour actually, because we're coming up on the last song. I think it's that Paralyze and Rap is just kind of a frustrating combination. I feel like in multiple runs we've had issues with this team, with this combination of attacks rather. It's like genuinely good strats on the part of the AI here. This is the one point in the game at which they managed to frustrate us. Darn you, other lass. I'm too rough. You are the one that like has status half of our team. You nearly took down multiple highly leveled Pokemon that were actually. We can do this a little bit faster. I do like that this music is the it's the gym music, so it's actually very fitting for when we're in the gym. All right, let's go ahead and go back to, let's do our favorite little thing where we, here we go. I really like that. I can never not laugh at that. That is too good. Look, I don't even know why that happens, but I like that it happens. I find that very interesting. I like flying around that way. Okay. Just gonna make sure we go to the next. So this next music is called Pokemon Lo-Fi Music 1 Hour Mix by Glitch X City. I think Glitch X City is a very good, actually, creator of remixes. I feel like I've listened to a lot of remixes, and when I check to see who made it, the creator is Glitch X City. Whoops. We're just gonna go ahead and walk around the tree again. Then, as always, we are going to do our best to not break the fabric of time and space. So we're just gonna reset and let's continue onward. And where are we at now? I think we should go ahead and fight pretty much maybe all of the trainers even, since we've got quite a ways to go in terms of just how many levels we want to have before Rival Fivel, as he is known. Oh, well, I'm giving credit to people on the completely minor off chance that anybody happens to watch this and doesn't know why I'm saying Rival Fivel. It is a phrase coined by a YouTuber and also a streamer named JRose11. I think he just said it by accident once and everyone just loved it, and I also love it. It's just the 5th rival battle. It's funny because it's not actually the 5th rival battle, which we call Rival Fivel. It's actually the 6th, technically. But the second rival battle is optional, so in most speed runs or challenge runs, it's going to be your 5th rival battle. And this one, of course, we wanted to be our own rival, so we did actually do the second battle. These oddities are just destroying us, and we cannot use items. Gary Oak is, he does have items. He has 1 potion per Pokemon throughout every battle, except not the first battle, but every other battle in the game. He has 1 potion per Pokemon, and until the champion battle. That's right. So next up, we're gonna be like level 30 something, right, in the Self Company, and still he's only using regular potion. And then it gets really absurd in the battle before the Victory Road, at which point your team is in their 40s, and he's still using regular potions. It's like he never heard of what a super potion is. Only regular potions. No hyper potion, just regular potion. And then jump straight to he uses full restores during the champion battle. Yeah, see, as long as we could get, the first attack in, we're fine. The problem is when they spread the status around on us, we keep having bad luck with that. Wrap and Thunderwave is legitimately a very good strategy. I think Dragonite is considered one of the best users of that strategy. It's Thunderwave, Wrap, and then, Agility. So Agility ensures that you're going to get the first move in. As long as you like Agility on your very first turn, you will be faster than your opponent. and then after that, your very first turn you use Thunderwave, and then the opponent always moves second pretty much. And then when you do that, you can use Wrap, and Wrap does not allow your opponent. Oh, excuse me, I didn't sleep much last night. Wrap does not allow your opponent to switch or do anything like that. They are just stuck there. My makeup. I don't even know how a Pokemon battle would have affected her makeup, but that's what she says. But yeah, this Execute, I mean, right now he has an attacking move, Barrage. However, that's all he's got, and then we're gonna overwrite Barrage, and then he's not going to have any attacking move whatsoever. Physically, like, damage dealing move, right? So he's gonna end up with Reflect, Poison Powder, Leech, Stun, Spore. So how come I can get poisoned? Is Execute, I guess it's Grass Psychic, not Grass Poison, huh? Ooh. Excuse me. However, so Execute will not have moves that can deal physical damage. So that's why we want to put Execute in the front of our team so that he can get some switch training. He also needs to get all the way to level 38, which is pretty high. For the next battle, like, we will need to be level 38, 37. Alakazam actually only needs to be level 35, and then the Charizard needs to be level 40. So Charizard is still the highest, which makes sense because Charizard is his base, but he gets his Execute, I guess because it's a weaker Pokemon, he wants it to be relatively higher level. You know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and heal again. Oh, you can't do that from inside. Okay. I did not realize that. Now we should be able to do something kind of interesting here. Thanks, Pidgeotto. That's a totally normal thing that Pidgeotto just did. Hello, QC Punk. Welcome. How's it going? We are just recovering our badly stashed Pokemon from Erica's gym. And realizing that before we do the next rival battle, we need to be quite high level, actually. So he really does I don't know what Gary does in between these two battles to be such a high level, because he certainly isn't the one dealing with Team Rocket, but he does something. Yeah, so we actually have two different ways we can deal with the fact that Gary does not have any HMs on any of his Pokemon. One way is to just have the Pokemon do whatever attack anyways, even without knowing it, right? There's no reason why you need to specially teach your Pokemon how to cut things or how to swim. Like, I'm pretty sure Gyarados can swim whether or not we give it Surf. Ooh, excuse me, oh man. Maybe this music is too chill, actually. I'm going to look for some... I'm going to play something less chill because this national park is putting me to sleep. Let's listen to Vanillux Pavilion. This person has made a lot of really good Pokemon remixes. I'm just gonna pick like whatever's the most popular ones. Who is it? This is a musician I found on YouTube. Goes by Vanillux Pavilion. So Vanillux, like the Pokemon, the ice cream guy, and then Pavilion, like a pavilion. And they have a lot of views. And I was doing some research into like artists that allow their music to be used, because I do have a little bit of concern. I've heard that it's pretty safe to use this kind of stuff, but I wanted to make sure that there's ones that you can use on your stream. And yeah, I really like their music. It's all remixes. So this is, I just put on the ones that had the most views, like in order. So this one is their most popular song apparently is Versus Giratina from Pokemon Platinum. Just because I had on Pokemon Until and it was a bit too chill for me, I think, because I didn't sleep much last night, so it was just kind of, I was just like putting myself to sleep. Too much chill. Needs a little bit less chill. Needs more like Versus Giratina. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh dear. There she goes. Okay. That's fine. I think we may have some issues here. Oh gosh, okay, let's go back to... Oh no, please tell me we have an earlier one than that. Or a later save than that. Ooh. Nope, we do not. We just have to go back. Alright, okay, no more messing with the fabric of time space. Wait, can we go back to this? Nope, that will not work. Too much messing with the fabric of time space today, I see. Okay, that's cool. So no more doing that. Thankfully, we still have our other method of dealing with trees. Okay, we talked to you already. Let's just, this is like a little bit of a Groundhog Day right here where we already had this conversation. The speed up really like suits the speedy remake. Oh, you know what I should do? I should use a bicycle. Alright. Almost like that never happened. And now I will actually bother to save. Because I forgot to save before that. That's okay. We only really what happened during that time period was we fought like a couple trainers. Yeah, so classic walking through walls thing. Just normal Garryoke stuff. Because I guess I remember to save frequently and be a little bit careful. Giratina is coming here to yell at me for messing with time and space. Talk to the creepy guy. And let's go ahead and, you know what, I actually don't feel like waiting for this lady to rap me repeatedly. I'm just going to... We are going to get rid of her immediately. Okay. Yeah. What? Seriously? She actually has a quite good strategy. Okay. Yeah, that was much faster when we just went on the all-out offensive. The first time was kind of like... trying to... The first time we were trying to switch train Execute, because Execute doesn't really have many attacking moves and needs to be up to level 38. But I think that those particular trainers are so annoying with their paralysis and wrap strats that I think it would be better to just go more quickly with the Charmeleon and get through them. So this is kind of interesting. This song, I guess, is versus Marnie from the new game, Pokemon Sword Shield. I have not played it, so I don't know the original version of this song. But I think it sounds pretty good. I've heard that a lot of people really like the music from the Sword Shield. Oh, you do? Yeah, you like the Sword Shield music? I heard a lot of people say it has very good music. That's right. Every time we walk past a tree, we have to restart to make sure we don't destroy too much of the universe. There's a reason why Red always chooses to most honorably actually cut down trees rather than just walk around them. Bad things happen when you walk around trees. I mean, so I don't know what the original version of this song sounds like, but I think that this remix sounds pretty good. I would listen to the original. I'm just wondering with the, because they're coming out this year with the Generation 4 remake, I think. The Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl. So I'm just curious if with those games, if they will, because there's a lot of Pokemon that have not been programmed back into Sword Shield yet, even after the DLC. And I'm just curious if they will add those guys in the Gen 4 remake. I do have a Switch. Yeah, I do have a Switch. I specifically haven't bought the Sword Shield because I was really unhappy about how they are missing a lot of the Pokemon. I really like collecting. Like I like having living decks, and they originally they didn't even have my all-time favorite Chansey, which was just incredibly insulting to me. I'm only half joking. I was genuinely one of those very salty people. But then they added DLC that added some of them back in, including my beloved Chansey, and I was thinking about you know, if they're going to start adding the Pokemon back in, they might as well add the rest of them back in. Furret, isn't it like... See, that's what I mean. Like, there's just crazy things, like, how can you not have Furret? It's actually, when they talked about the DLC, I remember it was there's a very funny image that was like, more of the old friends are back. And it was basically, like, a collection of Pokemon that was like, here are Pokemon that we somehow forgot to include in this game that obviously should never be excluded. Like, there was, like, what's his name? Zorua? Like, that guy had, like, a whole movie. Like, I'm pretty sure that's a pretty popular Pokemon. Like, you can't just not have some of the, like, the most beloved Pokemon of all time. It was Zorua. Chansey was in that picture. I think there was also, like, Magneton. Like, the whole Magnemite line was not in that game. Yeah, that's... So I mean, I know that they said that, you know, they were trying to choose it, like, thematically or whatever. Honestly, the impression I had is that in every game, there's not going to be in the regional Pokedex all the Pokemon, right? So I feel like they made the regional Pokedex for that game, and then I think they just ran out of time, honestly. It feels like they just ran out of time to add in the rest of everyone else. But it's not even that... I don't know, I'm not a game programmer, I'm not Game Freak, so I can't say like, oh, it's so easy, why didn't you do it, right? Because probably it takes a lot of time. But personally for me, it's just, I don't mind if other people enjoy games. Everyone enjoys games their own way. But for me personally, like, I really like being able to collect all the Pokemon, so a game that doesn't have all the Pokemon in it kind of is less appealing to me. Uh, and a lot of people said like, oh well, it will never happen again. They will never have a game which has all the Pokemon in it again. But that doesn't really make sense to me either, because they're getting pretty like after they added a bunch with the DLC, um, they get pretty close. And then if they want to remake the fourth generation games, if they're going to add back all of those Pokemon, it gets to a certain point where if there's only like, I don't know, 50 Pokemon left or something, then they should just add them all back in my opinion. I don't think I don't know, for the world's like most successful franchise or whatever, I don't think that would be unreasonable to hope for. But I also don't mind like if other people like, I know a lot of people really enjoy that game, so I'm really happy for them. Just personally, I haven't bought it because I really like having all the Pokemon. I like collecting them all, and the idea of just not being able to bring some of my Pokemon up is also kind of scary for me, because I like bringing them up throughout each generation. It's not like I use them to play the main, like in every main campaign I will be using new Pokemon, but I like being able to have them there. I like being able to take them to like a battle tower, or to, I think it's really cool when you can, like what blew my mind actually was when I have the Swampert that I used in Pokemon Emerald, and you bring it into like Pokemon XY, Pokemon Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, and you can see it in 3D. Like, I think that's really cool. It feels really cool that there's like that much continuity. Yeah, so that's what I mean. Like I, just for me personally, I still think that they'll get to be a point where they have them all in, and then I will probably buy it at that point. I'm also very patient, like, because this series has so many games that I'm still really enjoying all the older games. There's still a lot of things I haven't done. Like, I don't have all the Battle Frontier medals or whatever. It's like, there's so much stuff you can do in the older games that I don't feel like I'm lacking in Pokemon content to enjoy. Legends, yeah, I'm very curious about, like, I'm tentatively very optimistic about that because it looks super, super cool in my opinion. I really enjoy the feeling of hunting for Pokemon, so I really liked, actually, Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire had that thing where you sneak around in grass. I really like that. Or I really like the, was it the Pokemon Radar, where you have to like choose the right patches of grass? I like stuff like that where it actually feels like you're like actually hunting for something. And when I saw the Legends thing, that's what it looked like to me. Like, I saw them crawling around the grass, and I was really, really hyped, because I was like, this is exactly what I want to do. Like, this is what I want to do in a Pokemon game. I want to, like, crawl around in grass. Yeah, so there is that too, right? Like, basically just having the Pokemon brand means that a game will always sell well. So I know that, so I don't expect them to... And I also think that, it's one of those things where it's like an adult expecting Disney movies to cater more to them than for children, right? It's a series that adults and children both enjoy, but it's initially created for children, so you kind of have to expect it to be like that. Like, I think it's, like, people when they say they want it to be more mature or whatever, I don't think that is something that would ever happen. So I'm not sure. But I'm tentatively very excited about the Legends, because it just looks like what they've shown us looks like something I would really enjoy. It is kind of funny to me how much it looks like Breath of the Wild. So Breath of the Wild is probably, I might as go as far as to say that in my opinion it was like the best game ever that I've played, at least. Like, it was extremely, even though I haven't played it in a long time now, I just remember being like completely mind blown by it. And I can tell that Pokemon, like with the Legends, they kind of want a similar style. But yeah, that's the only thing, is that I don't know if a similar style, because they just won't be able to do. Because if you think about a Zelda game, right, that's their bread and butter is the video game itself, right? Like, I'm sure they make some money off of like soundtracks or whatever, But the main focus of that franchise is the video games. And so that just kind of makes it different from like with Pokemon, where it's like a multi-prong, like they have a TV show, they have cards, they have all these other ways that people can enjoy it that are not just the games. There was a Zelda TV show. I do know that. Gosh. Is that the one that had the "Excuse me, princess"? Is that the TV? I remember there was a TV show. I remember hearing about that. But yeah. So I mean, like that's the thing, right? Like it's nowhere near as important for them as opposed to like for Pokemon, where the TV show and like it has to be everything. Like there's the TV show, there's the movies, there's the cards, there's the, I think, don't they actually make the most money off of like merchandise, like stuffed animals and like keychains and things like that? I remember reading that somewhere. You watched the whole Zelda TV show. Was it, I mean, it's supposed to be pretty bad, right? But was it one of those like so bad it's good type things? Like I really like, was it The Room, that movie? I find it just really hilarious. At first I didn't like it because the way I first learned about it was because obviously like there's that meme, "You're tearing me apart, Lisa," and like people would always say that to me because my name is Lisa. So like my first introduction to The Room was like kind of not that great because I was like, oh, not that meme. But then I actually watched it and I was like, okay, this is hilarious, and now like even I laugh at that meme. Like that's a kind of category of entertainment I feel like so bad it's good. What music is this? This is apparently versus Elite Four from Sun and Moon. I guess that's also what made me nervous about the Sword Shield is I like Sun and Moon. I had fun playing it, but it felt like each Pokemon game was steadily not as good as the previous one, if that makes sense. Like around generations, like 3, 4, 5 were all really solid. Then XY, I enjoyed XY. I think it gets a lot of unfair hate, but it was still really good. But I think not as good as Generation 3, 4, or 5. And then Sun and Moon I felt like was worse than X and Y, so that kind of made me nervous about Sword and Shield. Also, just based on things I've heard other people say, I've heard a lot of people express their discontent with it, so that also made me a bit more hesitant. Okay, how am I gonna do this without getting myself... We get a lot of Gawkers. Alright, I think I know what I can do. We're gonna do this. Then we are going to... The Elite Four in Sun Moon, the main one I remember is that there was like this golfing lady that did not appear whatsoever throughout the rest of the game. Like the other characters, I don't exactly entirely remember them, but I remember they were all characters you had seen throughout the game. And then there was this one random woman that like, she was a golfer, that was her thing. And there wasn't really context or anything like that. It was just kind of like, here's this golfing woman that you'll never see again. That was the main thing I remembered about their Elite Four. Don't bring bugs or fire Pokemon in here. Do I have some bad news for you, miss? We indeed have a fire Pokemon. Otherwise. Alright, please don't paralyze and wrap me. We don't have time for that. Okay. Well, I mean, that's not paralyze or wrap, but it's, you know, also not great. Alright, poison we can live with. Poison we can get past. This is honestly the solo runs are much faster. Oh goodness, a tier list. 3, 4, 2, 8, 5, 1, 7. Okay, so you like Sun Moon more than XY? Because that's the one thing where I felt like Sun Moon to me I did not play Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon to be fair, I played Sun Moon. But I felt like there was a notable... So those games, I feel like they still at least had like, there were dungeons you could get lost in and things like that. They were kind of like the beginning of the end, but when you say felt wrong, do you mean like you didn't like the atmosphere? Because I do really like Sun Moon, I really like the atmosphere. It is funny with both XY and Sun Moon, and I guess now even with Sword Shield as well, that they've gone pretty far away from, it used to be like, this region is roughly based on this real life location. And then they just went into like straight up like, okay, here's literally just the Eiffel Tower. You're in France. like they've got, I feel like they've gotten so much less subtle about the what location in the real world have they based the game off of. Like Black White is supposed to be set in New York or America, right? But it doesn't necessarily feel like over the top. Okay, this is literally New York. But then they have like a Paris that literally has an Eiffel Tower. Sun Moon actually was also really funny because I had just actually gone on a vacation to Hawaii not that long before I played that game, and that one too, what is it? The first like the big city, I can't remember its name now, but it looks just like Honolulu. Like there's a beach there that's just like the most famous beach in Honolulu. There's the shopping center, and then across the street there's like a beach, like a walk, and then you go on a beach, and that looks exactly like actual Hawaii. Like not like, oh, inspired by, but like literally like, okay, I've seen this place as like a real world place. So I've never played Sword Shield, and I've never been to England, so I don't know if it's that same level of like drawing inspiration from the real world. Like this technically is supposed to be based on like Japan, right? Like this Kanto is supposed to be based on Kanto, Japan, and like so this should be like Tokyo or something, right? Or like suburbs of Tokyo, but it doesn't. It's not to me so overwhelming. Like, okay, this is obviously Japan. I guess Johto was kind of getting there with, like it looked like old-timey Japan in a lot of the places, but even then, like they made their own, like, I don't know, the Eiffel Tower was really where I was like, okay, they're just not even doing inspired by now, this just literally is, like, the Eiffel Tower really cracked me up. I guess this is Sword Shield Gym Leader Remix. It would be nice if Charmeleon would wake up. There we go. I got frustrated with him for not waking up, so he decides to wake up. Yeah, Johto, I really like it too. Yeah, it's definitely really, you described it perfectly. Like, it's not over the top and it's fun to travel. I'm surprised though actually that you would prefer Gen 3 to Gen 4. So you would prefer like Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald over Diamond, Pearl, Platinum? For me, it's hard for me to judge, but I feel like I would somewhat prefer Gen 4. I feel like Heart Gold, Soul Silver is, like, if I'm forced to pick one that I think is, like, not necessarily even my personal favorite, but, like, objectively what I feel like was the pinnacle of a game. I feel like Heart Gold Soul Silver is pretty high up there in my opinion. Like it has it has the two regions. It has all the stuff fixed that was from the original Gold Silver, like all the problems in those games. It has a lot of there's like the Pokeathlon, which I feel is really underrated. There's like the Pokemon Follow You Around, which I really like. So I always think of those as like not even necessarily like, I don't know which one is my personal favorite to play, but I feel like in terms of what a Pokemon game should be like, I feel like Heart Gold Soul Silver is really high up there in my opinion. Yeah, Hoenn I have really mixed feelings. So Hoenn is actually, I actually have a precedent for not, maybe I can just try and get through this one trainer and then heal before redoing the... Yeah, it's actually, I mean, it's really hard to pick, like, a favorite, right? Like, an all-time favorite. When Ruby Sapphire first came out, actually, I didn't play them either, and that's why I've only played Emerald, not Ruby Sapphire. It's, not exactly the same as the Sword Shield, but it was kind of similar, honestly, where, like, when those games first came out, like, it was very frustrating that you could not connect them to the older games, and you could not catch all the Pokemon until they made Fire Red, Leaf Green. But then, like, I eventually did play Emerald, and I really love Emerald, and I even bought remakes of those games. So that's where I say, like, I don't think I would just never play Sword Shield. I think I will play it, but I think that I'm probably I wait a little, like, I have a very good patience for... Oh, hey, here you are. This is the first time you actually came to say hello today. Wow, it took you over an hour to show up on the stream. What's going on, Lucky? Where you been? Well, here he is now. Yeah, he didn't show up like an hour ago. That's crazy. Usually he shows up as soon as, like, he hears the talking. What is this? Okay, so this is versus Sinnoh Champion Cynthia Remix. Yeah, I also, like, if we're talking about our, like, the regional champions, I'm pretty sure Cynthia is probably my favorite regional champion. Yeah, Heart Gold Soul Silver is just, I don't know, there's so much, like, you could tell there was a lot of effort put into it. I like that there was the Battle Frontier, and there was the Pokeathlon. I really feel like, nobody ever talks about that, but it was just, like, another entire, like, dimension, you know, that you could play, with your Pokemon in a different setting. I really like the different kinds of ways you can, outside of just regular battles, that you can interact with Pokemon in different games. Such as, yeah, we're just gonna go back and heal, I think, before the gym leader battle. But, such as, like, contests, I've always been a fan of contests. What other things are there? Oh, Pokemon and Me, that's another thing nobody talks about, but I think is really a cool idea. Like, being able to play mini games with the Pokemon is really fun. It's really cool also, like, if you have a shiny Pokemon, you only get so many ways in which you can look at them, normally. Like, you'd see them from behind a battle, or, like, you would see them in your, like, looking at the Pokemon information screen, or looking at a box or something. So I really like when they add things like, Pokeathlon, or contest, or, I don't do this too much. Gen 5 had something too, like musicals or something. Like there's just the idea that they have different ways you can interact with the Pokemon that outside of just, like, the regular campaign of battling. But this has been, I'm hoping the other gyms will not be quite so, slow. This one was really slow because there was so much status, and I probably should have just bought a bunch of status healing items, but I didn't. I just went ahead and went back and healed in between them. Alright. Now let's go ahead and deal with Erica. Yeah, they really want you to use cut in this gym, I guess. This one and the Lieutenant Search gym, you are required to have cut theoretically, unless you're a genius like Gary Oak who understands how to walk around a tree. There was the bug catching contest, actually, Heart Gold Soul Silver, that's another really cool thing that they had. It's just like, there was a lot of different things you could do in those games. Alright, let's get ready for a, hopefully not too bad gym leader battle here. Whoa. Okay. That didn't happen. There we go. No more walking through. We can walk around a tree, but we can't walk around Erica herself. That won't work. What song is this? Versus Lusamine. I think that's how you pronounce it. I actually don't know how to pronounce a lot of the characters in the Pokemon from the newer ones. Lusamine? The lady from Sun Moon, the crazy blonde hair lady. You know what? I don't like sitting around and waiting for Rep to end. I'm gonna switch if she does her up. There we go. Wow. Wow. That did so little. Victreebel is very tanky. You got this, Charmeleon. You don't got this, Charmeleon. We gotta switch. Honestly, even though I don't have the advantage... Why? Why? They always hit. Okay, that's okay. We have good special. This should not do too much damage. Oof. Oh, that's right. It always gets the card. Go ahead. Wow. Wow. This Victreebel is actually... I mean, we're not that high of a level, honestly. So, maybe it's not that surprising. Tangela. Tangela should not have anything good. Yeah, Tangela... I had been considering doing Tangela because it does fit the category of my solo stage challenge runs, but it is probably the worst possible one you could do for a Gen 1 run at least. So that one got kind of pushed to the back burner. There's more runs that I want to do than like hours in the day. I feel like I really want to do Absol now. I just brought it up casually during the spin to run, but now I'm really curious. And Mawile. Mawile would be another fun one. Mawile is just one of my absolute favorite Pokemon. The design is so cool. I looked up like why, because I had no idea. I thought they had just come up with like a crazy looking thing. I was like, why does Mawile look like this? And I guess it's based on like a Japanese legend of there was a woman that like her husband wouldn't feed her food or something, and then she grew like a head in the back of her. She grew like a mouth in the back of her head, so she ate like all the food. It was like. I was like, this is really creepy. This is like, the moral of this story is like, don't keep your family members from eating, because then they'll just like, they'll eat all your food. Like, it was just such a weird, it was a weird tale, but I really liked it. And Absol, are Absol stats good? I think Absol and Mawile I know are definitely two that both really benefited a lot from, they really needed the having mega evolutions. I think both of them are kind of actually in that category where like their designs are really cool but they're not very strong. I know Mawile is like actively like bad, I'm pretty sure. Absol might just be kind of average, but neither of them they weren't used in like competitive, for instance, during those generations. A lot of them are just kind of in that like, and they're the kind of Pokemon I like where they're kind of in that middle category, right? Like with like Lapras and Lickitung and stuff. Like they're not the worst Pokemon ever, but they're not good. Well, I mean, like, so yeah, so like there's a. I mean, she's just angry. I guess she's just real hungry. That's why she's got that second mouth. No, but I mean, I think the problem with both Absol and Mawile actually, I think, is that their designs are so cool that you want them to be really, really good, and then they're just kind of like mediocre. Like they feel like they should be better than they are, but they're good at looking cool. They're not necessarily good at battling. Also, we managed to scrape through Erica, although it was kind of a weird battle. This whole gym was very weird. Okay, time to just make sure we don't walk through walls again. Although I think even with the Mega, I don't necessarily think Mawile is considered... I'm not an expert in this, but usually if I look at like Smogon or something and I'll see like their recommendations, I don't believe Mawile generally gets recommended even after they added in the Mega Mawile. Okay. Let's see what we should do next. it's a really funny cause like I don't know, I guess it's like, you know, there's usually morals of stories that are like supposed to teach you like, what is it, like you have like the you know, the fox couldn't get the grapes so he said they were sour, right? The moral is like sometimes people just complain because they're jealous or whatever, right? But why do I would rather not. Okay, that's cool. I mean, if Gary wouldn't cheat so much, we wouldn't have so many weird things happen. But, yeah, the Mawile, or like the thing that Mawiles are based on, I guess the moral is just like, yeah, like if you deny somebody food, they'll just eat a lot of food. It's a pretty funny one. I found that's actually, with a lot of Pokemon, like if their design looks kind of weird and it's not really clear what it's supposed to be, I feel like half the time when you look at Bulbapedia or whatever, you'll find that it says like it's based on some weird like ancient Japanese myth monster. I guess we don't actually have to, we already stepped over Snorlax one time, but I think this time we don't need to step over him. We can go ahead and actually get some experience points from him. Oh, this is a remix of the Driftvale City from Gen 5. I had a moment where I was like, what is this music? I really like it. Driftvale City is maybe even my all-time favorite Pokemon song. It's definitely up there. Let's have Gyarados participate. He's been kind of sitting out for a while. Ooh. Oh no. Okay. Somebody said that Snorlax is like, it's a kind of cat. I never thought of it as a kind of cat. Like I thought maybe I thought of it more as like a kind of bear. But I saw somebody made a list of all the cat. Oh geez, who's gonna go down? All the list of all the cat Pokemon, and they included Snorlax. And so I guess I can kind of see where they're coming from, because it kind of has cat ears. But I still pretty strongly believe that it is it's more like a bear than a cat to me. Wow, this isn't gonna be an easy battle, actually. This is very different from the solo runs. Like, using the solo runs, we just run away from the Snorlax because we don't need to deal with him. Actually, if we can't knock out the Snorlax quickly enough, that could be a problem, because it has infinite rests. In this game, they don't have power points. Maybe I can disable. No! Okay. So I guess in this, disable chooses one randomly. I was trying to disable rest. Well, maybe if I can use confusion enough times and it confuses itself, but this is a surprisingly strenuous battle here. Look at this, it's gonna do a ton of damage. Oh! Actually, I don't know, can we get through this? Affiliate. You know, the funny thing is I have qualified for it for like a little while now, like a couple weeks at least, and I just haven't finished setting up the whole thing. I guess I've been kind of on the fence because I'm still trying to understand what happens, right? So like I think that if I do that, then I mean we can use emojis, which would be really cool. I'm afraid that like there will be ads. So that makes me kind of, I don't know. I probably will do it. I plan to change a lot of things, like, this weekend there are some things that I want to set up, with like, I actually bought a microphone, for instance. Right now I'm just using the microphone that came by default, and I don't think we can beat this Snorlax. Maybe we should hold off a little bit. We could actually deal with the game corner even though we don't have to, just to get some levels. But yeah, I want to set up the microphone better, and what else did we do? We actually did get a better I'm blanking on the name of the thing now. The thing that I could stream directly from the Switch. I got a different kind of cable because the first cable I was using, there was too much lag. So there's a lot of little things like that that I want to set up. But probably I will like eventually just sign on with it. I just was like, I'm one of those people that reads like the entire fine print on things. So I just wanted to make sure I fully understand like what happens. There's also, I guess there's some limitations. It's not really that bad. Like you cannot simultaneously stream to 2 different platforms at the same time, so I couldn't have the same stream going to Twitch and going to YouTube at the same time. But it's like a 24 hours delay in between the two, so it's really not that bad. Like, if I just stream to Twitch and then one day later upload the VOD to YouTube, or, I mean, ideally I think I would also like to add in the VODs a little bit, but it's like there are some restrictions I want to make sure I fully understood, but they're not that restrictive, all things considered, so I probably will do it. I can't believe we're not strong enough to beat like the Snorlax though, that's really funny. Actually, maybe quick attack doesn't work? No, about the same. Yeah, it's kind of funny, right? Because like 99% of the time, the things you read end up being like, okay, this is just normal anyways. But I always do like to read fine print. It's also funny because people will be like, if it's an in-person thing, for instance, people will be very confused. Like if I'm signing up for like a cell phone contract or something, they'll even try to be like, oh, you know, it's just standard boilerplate stuff. You don't have to read this. And I'll be like, no, I want to read this to make sure I know what I'm signing. I actually do. I think that's a good idea in life to do that. but it's not really encouraged. What song is this? This one is, oh, Black 2 White 2 versus Champion. Now that's another thing I have not ordered yet, but I do want to do at one point, is order a capture card for DS. Because I have, I actually do want to stream Pokemon. I have Black 2. It's the only mainline series game I've not played through before. The capture card. Yeah, I from what I saw is there's a few different of them, but well, there's one that it was actually a viewer suggested to me, and they're actually located in the U.S. So I don't know where you guys are located, but I'm in the U.S. and the one I had seen before, I think was in like Germany or something. So I didn't really want to. I didn't know if it's possible to ship things. When I first learned about that, it was really like during the thick of the epidemic, and I wasn't sure if it's possible to ship something. Something. It might be. There's a few different ones. There's one in like Japan too. You can also find them like secondhand, but they're crazy expensive. They're like $1,000 or something. It's just crazy. But there's one in the U.S. it's one of the, Idaho or Ohio, one of those states in the U.S. that is, anyway, it's in the U.S. I don't remember which state, but there was somebody selling them in the U.S., but their website currently says that they weren't selling any, at least the last time I checked. I only check every so often, but they just said kind of check back later. And their website, honestly, it looks like it's from the 90s. It's very low tech, but everyone, like I found people on Reddit, people on stream recommended it. Like there's a lot of word of mouth that makes me feel like I can trust that website. I can put the link in a bit after stream, but it's actually pretty, it's like something super common, like 3dscapturecard.com or something. Like the name is very normal and the website looks very, very old, but apparently it is legitimate. Like multiple people have said that. But yeah, you do have to send your system to somebody. I mean, I guess you could also technically get the thing yourself and then put it in yourself. 3dscapture.com, that sounds like it might be it, yeah. If 3dscapture.com, if it's like a website that looks like very basic HTML and their location is somewhere in the US, then that's probably the one. But it probably says that they're not doing them right now, right? Or does it? Because the last few times I've checked, they've said that like they're not doing them right now, but check back later. I think it's probably just like one person, so probably it's just like when they have the. Yeah, they're sold out right now, right? Yeah, like they need to have like the time and materials. I mean, you mean like when I say it's too, it's old looking? No, it's not that, it's just that when you first look at it, you might think like this is not a legitimate business because it looks very, it doesn't necessarily look like many websites look like, but people in stream suggested it, people on Reddit suggested it, people on like, I think like Game FAQs maybe even, like there's a lot of, I have no reason to believe it doesn't work. I can't personally vouch for it because I'm still waiting for them to be in stock again, but multiple people have said like there are websites that like that person does work. But I think it's probably just one person. And the actual process is also, I don't think it's something I would be able to do myself, like to manually, you know, like take apart a 3DS and, you know, like put it together with the thing built into the system. That's not really something I have experience with or the ability to do. I think most people would not have that, but yeah, it's also scary because 3DSs, they got discontinued, I think pretty recently, like I think maybe this year or last year, and the price of the secondhand 3DSs are going up. I finally got one a second 3DS. Gosh, how much did I pay for it? It was still quite a lot. It was like, I want to say like 150 or 200 or something for like a used one that was. It works perfectly fine. The joystick, the little rubber on top of the joystick was like falling off. Like it wasn't super nice condition or anything, but it worked fine. And even then, it was pretty expensive. Oh, I mean, yeah, I have DS Lite. Yeah. I mean, I just hold on to the old ones, but I didn't have a second. Like, there's no reason why I would have a second 3DS normally. Yeah, so that's what I'm afraid of, and that's actually why I got a second 3DS, just so like, if I did eventually try to get a capture card, and I gave that second 3DS, I would still have my regular 3DS, so I wouldn't be like completely 3DS-less. Yeah, we're not gonna sit through this at regular speed, but. We actually don't need to do this at all because we've already been through the ghost tower. It's really just about finding rockets to battle. I believe even people are getting them, they're buying 3 old 3DSs now for parts as well. So like if you have a regular 3DS, right, if it breaks in the future and Nintendo is no longer, repairing 3DSs and they're no longer selling 3DSs, then your best option would be to have like handy second 3DS. So that's why I wanted to have a second 3DS. The second reason why I wanted to have one. But yeah, DSs are weird because somehow. I don't know, I feel like I have a lot. Like, I have an old DS, but it's really falling apart. Like, my original DS is literally held together by so much electrical tape. It's like more electrical tape than DS at this point. I wonder, do I have it? I could show it next time. But, so I do have a DS Lite because that one was falling apart. So that's a little bit easier to deal with. And we can't attack now because we're not going to use Rage because Rage is a terrible move. Yes, I completely agree that like this area is too slow normally. I mean, we're kind of in an awkward position because really what we need to do is get to be a quite high level for the 5th rival battle. Oops. We could even do... Like, we could do crazy stuff like go to the power plant even. I guess there wouldn't be a ton of advantages of going there, but we could. Oh, they show a computer using Windows XP. Yeah, something about that website, I don't know. It looks like... Oops. That's fine. It looks a little bit out of date, but... I mean, just having an older looking thing doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with it, though. Now, where else can we train? Because it is kind of not that fun to go around in that, those... retro. Yeah, exactly, it's retro. Nope, we don't want to deal with that right now. Yeah, I guess we'll just go ahead and continue to deal with this. There's also... No, you also have to go through Snorlaxia up there, though. There's that other route that normally we would never take, but we might want to take to get some levels on. Okay. Deal with everyone here. Nope. It's kind of funny, actually, that one route in, yeah, it does look like a normal speed, doesn't it? I don't know why they made this. I guess they didn't want people to, wow, this is a very odd part of this remix. Okay, whatever. Let's try this way now. There's a trainer here, right? No? Okay, that's cool. Oh geez. Alright, how do we actually get down here? Okay. Oh, you know what? I keep thinking it's this floor when really it's the floor below it. That's why. I was like, where's the key? Why can't we find the key person? Okay, I think... Yeah, this one's always hard because you have to remember... Okay, we'll actually fight this guy. Normally we don't fight him. I just realized we can turn off the battle animations and turn on shift while we're trying to get higher levels. I should buy more healing items and such. We have a lot of TMs that we never use. Gary does not need such items. And then we also have a lot of... we want to get the HF up too. I don't really know who's supposed to be, like, tanky on the team. I guess Exeggutor. Here's a key guy. Oof. And this guy gives you the key. No more room for items. Is there anything we can get rid of here? There's a potion, I guess. I'm actually just going to sell all this stuff. I believe the only actual, like, TM that the rival uses is they use one on their starter Pokemon. I think they give the Blastoise Blizzard, Charizard Fire Blast. Can we teleport out of inside of a building? No. We can use this escape rope though. I think he uses Solar Beam if he has a Venusaur. Other than that, I don't believe that the rival uses any HMs at any point. Actually, now is about a good time to have a rehydration break. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I will see you guys in a couple minutes. Alright, I am back. I've got myself some water and some tea. I hope everyone else also had a lovely rehydration. To answer your question, any good weekend plans? Probably, Probably gonna be doing some more practicing driving. I don't have a license yet. I've lived mostly in places that had like pretty good public transportation, so I have not had my license before, but I'm at a point in my life where I'm like, yeah, I should probably have a license. So I've been learning I have a permit right now, and I've just been practicing driving a lot on the weekends. It's kind of interesting now because for like a very long time, with the quarantines and everything, there wasn't really much going on. Like it would just be like getting, food, not even at a restaurant, like delivering food. You pick up the food like contactless delivery, and then, just like hanging out. I am not actually. Yeah, I'm in Northern California, but I did actually. I lived in Southern California for a little while, and that was probably the place at which I most noticed not having a car. But even then, like, I was in school, so I would usually get rides with classmates and things like that. I don't know why I'm going back as if I was going to Erica's gym. Are you also in California, or just like familiar with it? I originally grew up on like the East Coast, and the cities there are a lot more friendly towards not needing a car. California was actually kind of a big adjustment for me. But in the Bay Area, there's really good transportation still, so. And I just prefer, if I can, like, I'd rather get around by like anything, like walking or bicycle. That's what I prefer. But yeah, it's definitely. I just realized like it's also how big the states are in the west part of the U.S. Like even the worst is like I remember I was talking to people from Texas, right? And it's like if you're in a state like if you're in the Northeast and it's like you drive a car for an hour, you're in like a different state. But I know people from Texas, and it's like they would drive a car for like 10 hours and they're still in Texas. It's crazy. How is Kansas? Is it like, how's the weather there right now? Here it's just starting to get really like nice. In general, definitely like the weather is better in California than East Coast. Yeah, I love light rail. Like I'm a really big like transportation person actually. I really like public transportation, but it's more just like having the option of driving. There's things like getting groceries would be easier. I think I'll even fight this optional one guy that I normally don't bother fighting. I have to say, QC Punk, I always think, for some reason, like when I see your name, I think you're in Quebec City, because that's what, like when I see QC, that's what it makes me think of, like Canada. Yeah, this guy is really funny. He says, "Are you lost, you little rat?" And I just want to ask him, like, what's a rat? Do you mean rat-a-tat? Like, there are no rats in this universe, dude. There's no such thing as a rat. Oh, wow. Oh, so it's pretty hot there, actually. It was a rat. Oh my gosh, that sucks. I'm sorry to hear that. I can't believe he disabled confusion. That's so annoying. Yeah, I really, what was I gonna say about that? Oh, did you, I mean, did you find it dead, or did you kill it? That just reminds me of, this was a long time ago, but when I was like a teenager, I had like a pet hamster, and one time I found the Um, the initial of your city's name. Is it actually Quebec City? In my headcanon is that it's Quebec City. Oh gosh. Oh no. Okay, so it was wait, so it was alive in your car for multiple days. That's kind of scary. Like you found the rat in your car alive and then you just let it be in your car for several days. Local punk scene. Oh, okay. Nickname is Queen City. I see. Gotcha. So you had a blog about the punk. So you're pretty into punk music, or is it like something you used to be into? Oh dear. I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, pandemic has just been weird, honestly. It always cracks me up that, like prior to the pandemic, for instance, I never did Pokemon shiny hunting, right? I used to be like, how could anyone, like reset their game thousands of times just for the Pokemon with a little bit different color? And now I have like, I think I have almost 100 shiny Pokemon now, just because of the pandemic. Like, there's so much more like being at home and being like, what am I gonna do? It was just kind of a slow descent. Slow descent, not that. Slow descent into madness where who gets an iron? You can have an iron, Gyarados. Oh, that's kind of sad. That's crazy that it was hanging out there for multiple days though. I have to imagine like music concerts has to be one of the more difficult things to open back up. I know people that they sing in a church choir or whatever, right? And they can't do that. That's one of the very last things that anybody would be allowed to do, because if you consider singing is one of the best ways to spread mouth droplets that could theoretically be dangerous. Oh, she refused to drive because of the mouse? That's really cute. I mean, it's really sad, but it's really cute sad. It's crazy that it was staying in the same place too. I when I think of mice, or mice or rats, I think of them as moving around a lot. But yeah, I had a hamster in high school. I forgot to finish that story. And one time I found a mouse in my house. And I was like, oh, I wonder if hamsters and mice get along. I mean, I was like a teenager. And I genuinely was like, this is going to be great. I'm going to put them in. They're going to be friends. And then, I went to bed. And I woke up the next morning. And I had my hamster and I had a dead mouse. My pet hamster murdered the mouse. And I was just like, oh, I guess they don't get along. Probably the hamster was like, why is there this invader in my house? How could you do this to me? So I guess that's another way to get rid of a mouse. If you want to get rid of it, put it near a hamster. How can you not see the beauty of our evil? That sounds like something Kimako would say. Oh my goodness. The flat tire. And then there was the mouse inside, and then the bike tire went flat. That sounds really tough. I hope that she was able to get her car and bike tire fixed. That's one of those days, I know what that feels like. Like you have a day where you wake up and you're like, okay, can this day just start over? What song is this one? Okay, this is from the remake of Ruby Sapphire versus a Zinnia remake. Oh, Zinnia was that's right. There was that girl in the remake of Ruby Sapphire that was like associated with Dragon Pokemon. Actually, she has a really good song. This is probably a good song. The VVs were. So you have multiple. I know you said you're a dad. You have multiple children that are like baby aged. That sounds like. Do you have like twins or? That sounds really tough. 2 and 2.5. Oh, 2.5 and 1 year old. That's pretty young. They're both pretty young. Oh gosh, you were stuck in a storm, I see. Okay, well, thank you. Have a safe trip home then. And thank you for coming. I mean, yeah, that's babies. Like, toddlers, babies, kind of same. Young enough that, like, you need to, like... You can't just, like, ask one to babysit the other. Like... Yeah. I guess what's kind of fun is you can like break time space here, right? Just don't fight Giovanni here. Go back to the Sylph, fight him there, and then we can fight a weaker Giovanni again. I don't think we need to do that. I think we can just fight him regularly here. Let's go, bro. I just realized when those two are up against one another, the sprite of Blue is larger than the Giovanni. Like, I guess because he has the hat on, but it's like, or not even the hat, like his spiky hair on, but I don't know. Their sizes don't look correct there. Oh, poor Onyx. Giovanni? Giovanni is Ash's father? I thought Giovanni is the father of the rival from Gold Silver. Speaking of Rhyhorns, we have to get one eventually, but yeah, I guess not before the next battle. I guess the Sylph battle is before the rival picks up his Rhyhorn. That's interesting. The game theorists say that... Wait, so Giovanni is the father of Ash and the rival from Gold Silver? Like the red-haired kid. The one that steals his Pokemon. Oh, I gotta watch that video. They used genetics and Punnett squares to come up with Ash's father. That's crazy. That is really funny. I've wanted to do something silly like that. I've been very curious about, you know the, what is it, Suicune and Raikou and Entei? Like some people think they're dogs and like some people think they're cats. I've been wanting to like scientifically see which like biologically do they come closest to being. Like, are they more cats or dogs, or I don't know what else they could be actually. some other kind of animal. Bears. Well, because I'm pretty sure the gold version rival has, like, I feel like that was canonical, but now I don't know why, and maybe I just made that up in my head. Like, the gold version rival, definitely his dad is Giovanni, I'm pretty sure. Uh-oh, he's raging. Yeah, a lot of people call them dogs. Because I can kind of see both, and I also think it kind of depends on which one you're looking at. Like, Suicune looks more like a dog, I guess. They could be foxes. Or wolves. But, like, Raikou, for instance, looks a lot like a tiger, right? So, I'm not really sure. I've been kind of wondering what, like, scientifically, how do they even decide what's the difference between, like, a wolf and a dog, or a cat and a lion, or something like that? Like, how do you actually scientifically classify animals? That's something, biology was always, like, my worst subject, so I actually don't really even know how that's done. I know that animals are considered the same species, like, if they could reproduce together, which also means that Pokemon species are, like, 10 kinds of weird on, like, multiple different levels. But I don't know how you would classify whether they're more like dogs or cats. Alright, so that was a fun little side quest for an item we don't really need, but it was a nice little experience of leveling up several levels. I'm gonna go ahead and sell a whole bunch of stuff and then buy some stuff. Right, like even like a lion and a tiger, how do they differentiate? Actually, isn't it possible, like, because there are some animals that can reproduce together, but then their offspring is sterile, right? Like, there's a, what is it, like, is it a horse and a donkey make a mule, or there's something like that? I think that ligers actually do exist, right? Like, a lion-tiger could be, yeah. Whoops, where did I try to sell that he wouldn't buy from me? I'm trying to sell my TMs. Oh, he doesn't want to buy the bicycle. That's good, I need that. Yeah, it's kind of, I don't know. Nope, those are all TMs. We don't actually need TMs. We need, like, yeah, we want to buy some of these items, so we can actually use them. Maybe just buy full. Oh, they don't sell full heals here. Some of Entei's Pokedex entry says it barks. Entei looks very dog-like. That is fair. If any of them are a dog, I could see Entei being a dog. I suppose we can go ahead and do one of our very normal time-space rift activities. I hope we can buy full heals in Fuchsia. Oh, I forget that this happens. Let them go. Alright. Let's just reset. That crazy flying thing never happened. Oh man, this music is very dramatic. Oh, it's a remix of one of the Elite Four themes. That explains it. Nope. Very intense shopping trip. Yes, this is what we need. These are much easier to, rather than like buying a bunch of each like antidote and all of. Oh girl, super potion. Yeah, like we don't need awakening. Oh, Raikou also barks and howls. I mean, barking is, to me, that's a pretty strong indicator of a dog, but Raikou to me looks more like a cat. I don't know. Alright. I think I can go ahead and buy. Let's just get some more super repels. Get rid of the regular repels. And actually, Pokeball, we don't, because the last one we need is the Rhyhorn, so we don't need any more Pokeball. So we could get some more super potions. Suicune, I mean, if Suicune isn't a dog though, then what would it be classified as? That's what I'm trying to figure out. And we can actually buy revives, because we can actually use them in this run. Outside of battles, obviously, but still pretty crazy to have. Let's put away. Actually, is there stuff we could use in here? Yeah, let's put away these, like the. That's for Elite Four. That's for Elite Four. A slim quadrupedal blue mammalian. Okay, so it's a mammal. These items we don't need, like the key, the soul scope. I mean, even calling it a mammal brings into question a lot of things, right? Like, so do Pokemon produce milk, right? Like, we know that Miltank produces milk. Do other Pokemon produce milk? Like, there's so many aspects of Pokemon's existence that become more confusing the more you relate them to actual animals. Inspired by the orb. Oh, that makes sense. What are the other ones inspired by them, though? Like, Entei is just kind of like lightning, and you can have that rare candy. And you get Reflect. I guess now would be a good time to check in on what levels we're at and where, let's see, who else do we have? We have to fight some gym leaders. We could actually, I don't think that we can do Sabrina until after the Sylph, maybe. But certainly we could do Koga, and then even Blaine, we could do Blaine. Yeah, so we need 13 levels on Execute. Pidgeotto level 28 to 30, 79 levels for Pidgeot. Gyarados is 25, needs 10 levels, 10 more levels for Gyarados. Alakazam, 9 more levels for Alakazam. Yeah, we got a little ways to go with all these guys. 11 for Charizard. Yeah, I think that's the problem with Execute, is that because he doesn't have as many offensive moves, we just have to kind of keep switch training him. Thunder and Volcano is not as cool. I mean, I definitely prefer Suicune. I think, I would guess that Suicune must have been always, like, the most popular one, right? Because, like, it got to be the main mascot of Crystal. So maybe we can let's see how Koga's gym is right now. We might be a little bit low level for this. Let's just see. It's Yusin's favorite. Dude, Yusin always made me feel so bad because, like, the whole plot line of him being like, you know, he's like, literally my entire life is about Suicune. I dress up like a Suicune. My entire existence involves chasing Suicune around the planet. And then, like, you just go and catch Suicune, like, right in front of him. Like, I always just felt so bad for this guy. It's like, I probably am not even appreciating this Pokemon as much as this guy does. These guys are looking a little bit high level for us. Well, let's just see. Maybe we're fine. Maybe we're fine. And probably, oops, we are not fine. Okay. Of course I get confused. Yeah, we might not even be able to, we might not be able to beat this guy. Yeah, I know, right? The quote-unquote poison gem. Oh, jeez. Are we gonna lose to this guy? Well, we saved right before this. Let's just, let's leave this gym for a little bit later. We're not that high level. And let's go ahead and... Nope. Let's go here actually. We can go south from here. Every time I forget that this happens. Oh my goodness. I love that. That is now, like, that's special. I'm very glad that that's something Blue can do when he flies places. Now that we have saved, I'm gonna go ahead and reset to make sure we don't have any other incidents. I think we can go to... There's this place that normally... I mean, I can't say nobody. I can say I personally almost never go. I know, right? Like, the bird just appears, like, everywhere on the screen, and it's just so crazy. I think there is... Actually, we can get pretty far down here, right? There's, like, trainers we can fight here. Yeah, I got a bite here. Yeah, these guys are more about our level. Okay. Cool. Nope, not Charmeleon. No, I didn't really want to choose Charmeleon, but okay, let's use Horrible Rage. Now we're just stuck in Rage. Yeah, you can actually watch, see, like, how I don't have any choices to change Pokemon or choose an item. All we can do is Rage until we die. We might be able to switch here. Can we switch here? No, it was the end of the battle anyways. Oh, I know what we need. Well, we can't use that yet anyways. We'll use it a little bit later. Okay, Fisherman. This should be easy enough. Wow, that's actually pretty bulky. Oops, what am I doing? Yeah, this weird little route, I feel like it's very interesting actually that they made the game kind of open where you could choose two different routes, but if you made the terrible choice of choosing this one route, you would just be stuck here for a very long time because it's compared with the cycling road, it's just it's like unbelievably so much slower, which is fine when we want to level a lot, but you gonna wake up, Digio? Oh, there you go. Oh, okay. I mean, he can do... That's really not enough damage to do anything. Okay, let's just... Now I guess I kind of understand why that battle with the rival in the Sylph always feels so difficult, because he really spent a lot of time leveling before that battle. Alright, let's see if we can handle Snorlax now. I think we should be more capable of this. Wait, I didn't put away the flute, did I? No. Okay. He attacked in a grumpy rage. Jeez. He really doesn't mess around. How much does Dragon Rage do? He has very high HP. Are you serious? Come on. There we go. Good job, Gyarados. With a big yawn, Snorlax returned to the mountains. Good for you, Snorlax. Oh, here's a bunch of... These should be actually pretty easy battles. Because this is... You might normally want to battle this guy like before Lieutenant Surge or whatever even. Look at that, I'm using the disadvantage Aegis type and still no problems. Thanks. And this was the day in Gary Oak's life where he just kind of wrecked everybody in the universe. Too much, too young. Poor kid. Alright. Let's see. Yeah, Execute really needs a lot of levels and cannot attack very much. Where are the other people here? Here we go. Win, lose, or draw. Gamblers. No longer allowed to exist. Now they're what? Gamers. That just happen to talk a lot about gambling related activities. Imagine how much effort Gary put into raising an Execute only to evolve it and then have it not have any good moves. This is for children. Yeah, how could they possibly mention gambling? I mean, the next thing you know, they're gonna have like a fisherman with a cigarette in his mouth. We can't have children being horribly corrupted by these games. I just like that they removed, in the remake, they removed the word gambling while not removing the actual place where you gamble. Alright. You're the best in your class. Okay, youngster. You and your top percent Rattata, huh? Oh, that's right. This little area has the guy that says he's never lost before, and the guy that says he's never won before. Sometimes Hydro Pump is too much. Like, we don't need a move that strong to get rid of this voltage. We could just bite, actually. Oof. Okay. I keep thinking like, oh, it's going to be weak to my fire type move, but not in this universe. Alright, did we fight you? We did. Is there anything left? This one? No. Who else is left here? Maybe we got every trainer on this route. Yep. Okay. I'm like 80% sure that's all of them. So let's just keep going on south on this really long alternate route. Electricity is my specialty. Rocker. Let's see how you can deal with a sea beast. Wow. Okay, that's cool. I guess I should, I don't know actually, maybe I should just, go ahead and heal up. I was running out of PowerPoints for, like, execute at least. No. Nope. Let's keep going. No! I walked right back into the grass. And I think I don't have memorized that little, there's like a little maze here. Had you found a moonstone? Well, I got some bad news for you, kid. Even if you wanted to use a moonstone, you have to actually evolve your Nidoran first. So you're not even going to be able to do it anyways. Oh, he's got the Nidorino. There you go. Yeah, put a moonstone on this thing. I actually dropped a moonstone just to clear out my inventory. Ow. Kid's very empathetic for his Pokemon. He feels their pain as his own. Okay. No more poison. Could have made my Pokemon evolve with Moonstone. Yeah, but you didn't, did you? Here's another fun little tree to walk around. Talk to this overweight gentleman. You never know what you could catch. What's this guy even doing? He's just kind of hanging out in this little, If he's a fisherman, I don't know why he's choosing to be far away from the water. Okay, this is just shameful. This is a Magikarp. Why can't you knock it out more quickly? Barrage is a really bad move. He catches Magikarp all the time, but they're too weak. I mean, you could try catching something else besides Magikarp, dude. Alright, let's just go ahead and walk around a tree again. There's a surprisingly high number of trees in this universe. Okay. And, let's do this. There we go. Onward. Whoa! Okay. That I mean, walking on trees is one thing, but walking on water is not something that we want our buddy to be doing here. Let's just try and reset again. Alright, no more walking on water. Good, there you go. That is land. That is how these things work. I found carbos in a cave once. If you think about it, it's actually quite odd that those items are just kind of hanging out in caves. Doesn't really make any sense. Nope, don't want to deal with confusion. Beginner players, hello, welcome. How's it going? Grew up on this game? Me too, we all did. This run is, we are using the exact team the rival uses for every battle. So right now we're just trying to get to be a higher level. Big Dragonite fan. Dragonite's pretty cool. He's really hard to get though. Used to play it in class. Nice. I mean, isn't that the best time to play? Either in class or underneath the sheets when you're supposed to be like bedtime. Let's see, we should probably heal up our buddies here. Dragonite if you got Emulator. I mean, yeah, but like when you're playing this as a kid, you don't have access to such things. His bird Pokemon wants to scrap. I like how if you look at the picture of him, he has like just a regular bird with him, not even a bird Pokemon. Nope. Level 29 Pidgeotto, you don't say. Like if we look at this bird keeper, right? What is that on his arm? Is that supposed to be a Pidgey? It kind of just looks like a regular bird. I remember Dragonite is like by far it takes the longest. That's right, you need to get the Dratini, but then it has to be, was it level 55 I think, to get it all the way to Dragonite. Let's go deal with this girl. She's told she's good for a kid. No? What do you mean by no? Yeah, level 55, exactly. Well, Pidgeotto's leveling up, but it'd be nice if Execute would also level up a bit. Hyper Beam in Gen 2 is level 75. I didn't even realize that. I just knew that like to get a Dragonite, you had to be level 50. I remember it just because like it took a really long time to get to that level. Yu-Gi-Oh is way better. I'm gonna have to disagree on that. I think Pokemon is the best. Does Yu-Gi-Oh have? I know it's a cards. Do they have video games of Yu-Gi-Oh too? Oof. Oh man, whenever they use Sing, we fall asleep. Whenever our character, yeah, you can't put two of my things to sleep. That's cheating. Oh dang. So you're really into Yu-Gi-Oh. I mean, I know what it is, but I've never actually really played it, so I don't know how it compares with Pokemon. She just put to sleep like all of my Pokemon. Okay, you know what? We have an item for this. I don't care, we are busy. We don't have time to be this sleepy. Oh wow, that wakes up everyone. I didn't realize that using the Poke Flute wakes up all of your Pokemon. You get bored with Pokemon? I could never get bored with Pokemon. You had a blue eyes. I've heard of that. I know that like that's one of the like really good ones, right? Look at that, Rattata. I guess Hyper Fang does half your HP, right? So that's why it was doing so much. These are all trainers I normally would never see in like a normal run. They're just hanging out here. Three of a kind card on the show. Three of a kind means there's three of them. I can't do the cards. Like even with Pokemon, like Pokemon cards, I can't do it because I like collecting things too much. So if I did get into it, I would have ended up spending too much money. I think I'd rather do the games where I can just collect as many as I want. I guess people are pretty crazy about it right now. Like, ooh, he took out my Kadabra. One of the cards was ripped out. Is that in the... So that's from the TV show, Yu-Gi-Oh? Let's just heal everyone. I mean, besides Pokemon, when I was a kid, I also liked Cardcaptor Sakura. That was kind of I guess that was the other card themed thing I watched. And Sailor Moon, obviously. Cost over $1 million. That's crazy. Like in real life, or you mean in the show or in real life? In real life, that is amazing. I would believe it though. People get very competitive about collecting things. Oh, the original. That's crazy though. That's totally crazy. $1 million. Wow. I don't even know. Like, if you have a card like that, what do? You just kind of display it, or because you can't really play with it if it's that valuable. You can find it for $15, but somebody paid $1 million for it. That's not adding up. Oh, you mean but is a copy like a not official copy or something? What are you looking at? I'm looking at you, Biker. I am looking for more trainers to beat so we can be a little bit higher level. Oh, okay, so it's like reprinted. That makes sense. Only China. So why is the original card in China though? That's kind of interesting. You need to use TMs. Let's see if this guy actually uses any TMs. I feel like we're barely leveling from these at this point, but maybe not, maybe not. Well, so you put them in cases and then play with them. That makes sense, right? Like, you use those, what are they called? Those cover things that keep them clean? I've seen that before. Excuse me. Card cases, okay. So are you more of do you like it for the collection aspect, or do you like the playing the game aspect? Whirlwind. Yeah. I also like that. I'm more of a with Pokemon at least, I'm more of a person that plays the games than collects. What's a card bully? What does that mean? Oops. Let's heal up our guys a little bit more. And... oh, you're better than everyone. That's pretty fun. But I mean, like, do you ever wish there were more competitive people that could, like, keep up with you? Alright, let's try an Ember. I mean, we're getting... oh, jeez. There goes Charmeleon. We're getting close to being the levels we need to be. Gary really spent a lot of time training his team up, I guess. Oh, you play online. So how does it work with online, like, because that way, I just did that 2 times in a row. If you're playing online, do you still need to, like, do you still buy cards, or how does it work online? Like, you buy, like, an electronic version of the card, or... you taught your bird Pokemon how to fly. I don't need to teach them anything. They just know how to fly. Let's do Charmeleon. Virtual cards. That's interesting. But is it still like you buy packs of virtual cards and then you just see what you get, or do you buy, like, can you buy cards individually? I guess we can't do anything but use Rage here. Probably Charmeleon's gonna get knocked out here, actually. Yeah, he did. That's okay, Charmeleon. Oh, you can buy it. Okay, got it. Cool. Oof. Alright, let's... guess it's a good thing we bought a lot of healing items. And some super potions? Where are they? Here we are. We are coming up on about the end of our time for today. I think we'll do like a couple more battles and then it will be the end of this session. They usually go about 3 hours. The next time I will be doing this will be next Monday, starting at noon California time, which is 3 p.m. West Coast USA time. 3 p.m. on the East Coast, 12 p.m. on the West Coast. What else? I do mostly Pokemon challenges, different generations, different kinds of challenges. Trying to think about what else. Guess that's about it. So I will see you guys next Monday. Thank you so much everyone for coming and chatting and joining. Thank you also to lurkers. I really appreciate it that everyone comes and joins our stream. And I will look forward to seeing you guys next time. Have a great rest of your weekend, everyone. Goodbye.